Hey, welcome to day 5 of this Movement Marketing Media Kit challenge with me, Iona made here at the SoulLegacyTV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. Yay, you made it to day 5. Well done, you. So I'm going to recap the days. Hey, Laura, welcome. Thank you for hopping on. You're here, but on your phone. No worries, no worries, no worries. Thank you. So today we are going to continue on this journey, and we're going to be talking about how do you share your spiritual awakening story? We're going to get deep, so be prepared. Get a notepad, take notes. If you are new to this Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, we've been going for 5 days live here at the SoulLegacyTV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. I am streaming out on Facebook. I am streaming out on LinkedIn, streaming out on YouTube. I'm also streaming out in the Soul Legacy Academy. So if you're watching, wherever you're watching from, then welcome. So day 1, we talked about what is a movement marketing media kit. And so what movement marketing was and what media kit is. So hopefully you got value from that. And if you haven't, go back and watch it. And so as I share with my co-authors how to share the spiritual awakening story, it's a big hairy deal. All right. So what is an author media platform? And if you're not a co-author, I'm going to share with you that I've got a co-author book series about sharing your spiritual awakening story. I know so many of you want to share your spiritual awakening story and a bit like, oh, how do I do that? Stick with me, because your story and storytelling and sharing about your journey as a light worker, as a spiritual business owner, is a really impactful way of connecting soul to soul with your soul clients. If you're not familiar with or you don't love marketing, movement marketing is just an incredible approach to reaching the people that you're here to serve and having that momentum and going global. So on day 3, we talked about what is an authority media platform. And day 4, we talked about what is an authority authority bio. What does that look like? So we pull all the things together and we reverse engineer that. Actually, when you're an author and you want to write your book, or you've got a book and you're not sure how to market it, when you're going out there and getting featured in the media with a media kit, it's really important to be very clear on what you actually do and who it is that you do it for. So I gave you some tasks. I'm going to share the homework for today, and hopefully you've enjoyed doing the tasks. And don't worry if you have not completed all of the tasks. Some of you will be faster than others, because some of you, everybody's coming in at a different level. Aim to get the homework done by the end of the week, end of the challenge. So whether you're live with me or whether you, again, are on the replay, you can give yourself a week to do this, to just get it done. You can give yourself a month to do it. It depends on how much time you have. But watching on the replay, do engage, support the channel by commenting. Let me know how you find it. And we're going to dive into day 5. Can't believe it. It's like, wow, day 5 already. So I'm fired up and excited. Hopefully you guys are too. Hey, Hyacinth, welcome. Hyacinth says, welcome. Hi, everyone. And what I want to say is well done to all of you who are hopping on here with me live, because you've been with me all week. That is a serious commitment. That's a serious dedication of time, because what do people say? I don't have time, right? And you guys have been with me. So, and Natalie says, hello, day 5. Yes, you should be like giving yourselves a pat on the back for, being here and willing to, 1, listen to me, and 2, invest in your spiritual business and your spiritual awakening, and your utilizing that spiritual awakening and knowing that it wasn't for nothing. At the end of the day, I always say that there's no spiritual business owner on the planet who hasn't been through a spiritual awakening. If you're a spiritual business owner, if you're a light worker, then you've gone through your dark night of the soul. You've gone through your spiritual awakening, and that is for a reason. And so we're needed to elevate and raise the vibration of the collective. And I say, rise and reside at the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. So you guys may or may not know my story, and I share more about on my masterclass, and I will share in our co-author book series. But when I talk about rising and residing at the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency, I'm talking about my movement, intentional living. And so what I went through to come out of the dark night of the soul, every single time I've gone through an awakening. And you know what? I'd gone through many awakenings over the last few years, and then no, last decade, and then I hadn't had like a big serious dark night of the soul. And then when I was fostering a couple of years ago now, I fostered for a year, 3 children under 5, twins. And after that, I suffered severe burnout, severe, but I mean like severe burnout, to the point where you know, like you're like, I'm done, not with business, I'm done, the whole thing. And so it was huge. And how I overcame that and how I came out with that was through my vision, and it was through my intentional living codes. And every single time, I've been through a lot, even over this last year, this last couple of years. And so this is the go-to that I will be sharing with you to alchemize what it is that you've been through. So you've gone through your spiritual awakening, you've gathered your spiritual ascension tools, draw back onto your spiritual ascension tools, whatever modality, whatever tools, whatever it is, spiritual practices that you do and you use, alchemize that and package it up and give it to somebody else. So when we're sharing our spiritual awakening, we're not sharing from the point of like, oh, well, woe is me, or look what happened to me. We're sharing from the badassery that we've actually come out the other side, and we've got steps when we look back, and we've got that soul path. We're like, actually, I did this, and then I did this, then I did this, then I did that. And actually, I can package that up as a system. I can actually help the people that I'm here to serve, because when we go through an awakening, we realize that we've actually got a purpose. We realize that we've got a divine mission and a soul mission to give back. And so if we're behind closed doors, I don't want to be visible. I don't have time. Like, we all get 24 hours in a day. First of all, we do have time. And you guys have shown that you do have time, because you've shown up and you're here with me. So whether, again, watching on live or watching on the replay, thank you for trusting me and being on this journey, and actually coming out of the dark night of the soul, because there's some people that have been in it and are still in it and are not willing to actually move and shift and get those lessons to alchemize it. All right. So that I'll jump off my soapbox now, but I wanted to share that with you. It just came to me. Barbara says, hello, Iona, and everyone else. Awesome. Love it that you guys are here. What I am going to be sharing, let me get the right window first. Actually, I haven't clicked into my mind map yet, so I don't even know if it's set up, but I'm going to share the homework, because this is a theme. And you guys either going to love this homework or really not, but I'm going to share with you what it is that I would like you to do. Barbara, I saw that your homework, I think for day 3, I haven't watched it as yet, but I will. So thank you for sharing your business information. You're welcome. And so the spiritual business that I've been called to birth is not only for me and my lifestyle. It was to create a movement, because I knew how painful it felt to be in go through a spiritual awakening. But also, I've been called to put the systems in place for spiritual business success, because I feared success. You might fear success, you might fear selling, and you might fear failure. And those are the places that I came through, and going through and birthing through so many dark nights is like, here I am, absolutely willing to show up, speak out, and serve deep. Absolutely, for real. Barbara says there's also another guest listing with me, Peter. Not sure. Oh, for in the homework. Oh, cool. There's another one that came to mind. Awesome. All right. So hopefully you guys can see the screen. I'm just going to pull this to the side to the StreamYard, and then I'll come back to comments. Feel free to ask any questions as we go. Feel free to make any comments. Hang on, I'm just going to get myself situated. All right, so I'm not going to recap day 1's tasks. It's in the Facebook group. I will post it in the LinkedIn group, and I will post this in the Telegram group. And this is already in the hub, and I'm going to walk you guys through the global networking hub for soul guided influencers. People are coming in from all over the world, and so this is a networking hub that we're all going through this process of up leveling and sharing our spiritual awakening, and so it's a beautiful space. And so we've got a monthly call in the hub, but also we're all going to be on the same page going through this training. So well done, you guys. So day 5 tasks. So you might want to write this down, or you can go to this post in the Facebook group. If you're not in the Facebook group, then just ask to join. the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, Visibility Plan, and Virtual Book Tour. Okay. So if you're not in there, then you can go in here on replay and get that. And so all of the links and everything are in the Google Doc. Hang on, let me just pull this up. In the Google Doc, I'm just going to grab this. If I've got it, actually, hang on 1 second. Let me just grab this Google Doc and give you that. If you request this Google Doc for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, you can have everything in there. So I'm going to post that into the chat. And then I'm just going to share with you where to get this home. I want to be very clear for you guys, not only in here now, but also in on the replay. So request access to that Google Doc, and all the links, everything that I share is in there. All right, so day 5 tasks, right? I'm going to give you your tasks now, and I'm going to give you at the end. So I want you to, and you don't know this yet, and I'm going to share with you what exactly I mean in a second. So I'm going to ask you to watch 1 or 2. You can watch them on 1.5 speed if you want to, playback. There's a YouTube playlist. I'm going to share that with you in a second. So there's a playlist in the hub that you're going to go to, and I'm going to show you where it is, okay? But it says watch 1 or 2 videos in your Share Your Spiritual Awakening Story playlist. I'm going to share with you where the playlist is, and write down your pain to power, your wounds into wisdom, your trauma into triumph, in a way that relates to who you are now and why you are showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, and how this is aligned with your movement, your message, and your money. Record a video and share it with us, and add it to the video visibility playlist challenge. The playlist. And so this is a way for you to share what it is that you're doing. And also I've laid out the video visibility challenge. So you'll share your spiritual awakening story as part of that. You'll introduce yourself in the video visibility challenge. I think, Natalie, you were saying, oh, is this not where we share our who we are? And so I've got a video visibility challenge for you. You can share it in the Facebook group, upload it to the discussions tab, but also upload it to YouTube, and then you can add it to what is going to be our playlist. So you can add a video in here. That is going to make more sense. I'm going to take you over to the hub now. And so you can go to www.SoulLegacyAcademy.com. Let me push this into the chat as well. So this is my website. You can't hear me. You can't hear me. Can you not? Can anybody else hear me? Has my sound gone? Is the sound gone or not? Is that just for you, Barbara, or no? Does anybody else hear me? We're on day 5, so let's see. Let me know if you can hear me. It sounds like you guys, you can hear me? Okay, cool. All right, no panic. What? I can hear you now after logging out. Okay, so if anything happens like that, like check your sound, then I don't go into like crazy mode. Okay, all right, perfect. All right, so let me pull up my website. Thank you, Barbara. It's www.SoulLegacyAcademy.com. I told you guys I have soul in everything. And so if you go to the SoulLegacyAcademy.com, you go to the Global Networking Hub. And inside the Networking Hub, we've got the Q&A replays. So as I mentioned, I've got all of the challenge in here. And so we were talking on the Q&A. It's like, okay, we can't find the links. I can't find what have you. Where is everything? And so let me make sure that you guys can see that. Inside this hub, it's like a course. This is like me creating a course for you, but doing it on YouTube, doing it live, right? So this was day 4. And so I've got all of the days in there for you. I've got the upgraded Q&A. So when you're watching this on the replay for next year, you know. And so I've got the Media Kit template, right, which I've been sharing. And we've got a private community, so you can join that or not. We've got the masterclass where I'm asking you, like, register for the masterclass and get ready to learn to speak to, serve, and sign up your high-paying one-to-many soul clients. Sharing about your book and sharing about your story. It's really important to know how to convert your soul clients by sharing your story. And so I talked about throughout this week my book and my 5-day challenge, and it's called the 5-day YouTube from scratch for spiritual YouTubers, a soul guided influencers 5-day for fast track movement marketing model. You can have a free preview into that, and in there I will share with you how to start and grow your spiritual business on YouTube, like doing challenges and different things. That is a free course to readers. Okay, there's a coupon code in the first chapter of my book, and you can log in, and I'm gifting you $55. Okay, so day 1 is about clarity, topics, naming, planning, and channel trailer day. When we get all of this stuff together, if you want to have my guidance and my support, there it is in the book. Also, the Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, which I mentioned yesterday, the author and authority platform, it's a self-paced bootcamp. I share with you 6 steps to automate and align your soul signature system and attract high-paying one-to-many soul clients on YouTube every single day or through media. My bootcamp is here, the login. It's $555. Remember when I did on the one-page plan, 55? 555. That is what I've actually got as a business model. You'll learn to align your movement, your message, and your money with your business model. So it's all in here already, right? We've got payment plan. There's no excuses. If you are like, I can't afford it, you need it more. There's a 2-month budgeting payment plan, 5 months and 10 months. That is self-paced. Whenever you are ready, come in, and then we get Q&A. You've got live upgraded Q&A for my 5-day challenge and for my bootcamp. And so if you come to the masterclass, which is here, I will gift you live, I will gift you a $111 coupon code. Otherwise, you would pay for it. And you can pay for it if you like. If you're a masterminder, I will gift you a year's worth of Q&A. All right. So I'm very generous in what I share. I'm very strategic in what I share. And I have a system to enroll my soul clients when they are ready and when I'm sleeping or when I'm on the beach, right? And then I mentioned about the VIP day for those of you who have either bought my book or downloaded a free chapter of my book, how to start and you want to learn how to start, build and grow a successful online spiritual business on YouTube with a #1 bestselling book launch. I have a VIP day, and you can use this coupon code and come on there only if you want to talk to me about investing in the mastermind and having my year-long support and a lot of implementation support like this, like the Q&As, right? So I just want to make that really, really, really clear that everything that I'm sharing in here is in my programs and more. All right. So everything is in there. So go into the hub and you'll get everything. All right. And go into the Google Doc. I share the links and everything everywhere, all of the time. Now, I'm going to share with you that this is a playlist on for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, and it is in this same hub with the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. You just click continue right in here, and it takes you right through the days. I'm creating a course as well as doing a challenge for you in Thinkific. Okay, we just keep going. We just click going. We just keep clicking, right? So we've got the next days and the next days. It's absolute gold, right? And so we've got the media kit template in there. I repeat myself a lot. If you're a co-author, will know about it. So in here as well is my examples of my bios that I did for ChatGTP, which I said that I would open up. I have my calendar for where I will get featured. I have my titles, my bio, my pick. I'm going to talk about this on day 7, but all of that stuff is in here as an example. I didn't have that. You're welcome. So yeah, and I'm talking about my free gifts, etc. All right. And then you just keep going, and in here are the videos that I'd like you to choose 1 or 2 to watch, because all of these YouTubers are sharing their spiritual awakening story. You know, when you're like, I can't share my spiritual awakening story. Yes, you can, because other people share their spiritual awakening story. That's what gave me the idea. I went through my dark night of the soul, and I was like, okay, well, what am I going through? I found out that people share their spiritual awakening stories, and I wanted to have a space for us to share our spiritual awakening stories and have it in a co-author book series for those who are searching for help and support. All right. What I want to do is show you this YouTuber, and I'll come back to it. Aaron Doty. I don't know if you guys know Aaron Doty, and I'll talk about this when I go on my mind map. He's got a massive YouTube channel and he's sharing about his spiritual awakening story. He's actually been interviewed about spiritual awakening as well. And I'm going to come back and share more. Okay. So your homework is going to be in the hub. The visibility challenge is in here. Hang on. The visibility challenge is in the first piece of the hub, and you just go through it. And I've got like prompts for your video. All right. Prompt 1. Have you read the SGI rules? There is 1 rules that I've read the rules and I show up, speak out and serve deep. What your name is, what time zone you're in, who you do the work for, what else? Hang on. Are you ready to show up, speak out and serve deep? Do you have a media kit? Have you been featured? And do you have a spiritual awakening story? So you're going to share your spiritual awakening story at the end of the visibility challenge. All right. So it's in the hub. 1, 2, 3, 4 modules in. All right. So take your time, go through it. It's like, oh, that's long, Iona, but I don't have to be there. You can go through that as and when you like. All right. Makes sense? Hopefully it does. Okay, cool. Okay. I requested access to the Google Doc yesterday and had a message pop up to wait for an email, but I haven't seen it. I gave you access instantly. And so check it again and you're in. So the Google, if you guys don't know, a Google Doc, it will come up in my emails to say that who's requested. Normally I'll copy and paste a little message. But this time it was quite late. So I just let you have access to it. So it's me that lets you have access because it's my Google Doc. So I know I'm instantly notified when somebody requests it. Okay. So you do have access to it. You just might not be used to getting the Google Doc. And again, the Google Doc is there for us to have on our phone, on our laptop, etc. But everything is also in the hub. Everything is repeated 100 times. And if you've been tagged in the MMMK group, everything is in that tag and in that post as well. All right. So I got you. Just being very clear and very transparent. And I'm going to share day 5, your spiritual awakening story. And before I do that, what I want to do is go up to this one. I think I'm going to move it up, and if it lets me and it doesn't interrupt everything else. All right. So I've been talking about the books that I had featured in, right? And so my own book, The Secret Child Life After Loss, and I'll share those with you and the stories that I shared. And this has been the birthing of the co-author book series. And so the Soulful Messages in Empowered Women of Social Media, and then my notebook. All right, hang on 1 second, because this is like overlapping and I don't want it to. Hang on. Okay, so I believe it's this one. Yeah. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know the background of when I was saying about me growing the global networking, the Spiritual Businesswoman Network. I was in, it was December 2020, or just before December 2020, you know, when everybody's pivoting. And so I'd done my YouTube channel challenge, and then some of my students were like, I want you to teach me that. And it wasn't a book, it wasn't any of those things back then. So I said, I posted in this particular group, and you guys might be a member. I think I've come out of it now. Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. And I said, I'm seeking to feature my spiritual awakening story. I called it a telechat show and a giveaway. Are you available? So I had people comment, and I had 147 people say they wanted to feature. However, they just were not ready. Now, I could have launched that 100 times over with how many people had said yes. There's not that many spaces. And I realized they were not ready, because I know like what we need, right, to be visible. And so many of us who are on this spiritual journey and have a spiritual business don't know about marketing and being visible, or we just don't want to be visible because we're fearful, right? And if you have any comments, I will come back to it. Is the homework the same? Yes. Yeah, it is. Yes. So watch this on the replay, timestamp this, and I'll share again at the end. The visibility challenge this homework here, where it says in the visibility, there's a playlist for the visibility, and I'll share with you how to do that as well. So just record your video. Yes, you can share your spiritual awakening story, but I also want you to introduce yourself and go through that visibility challenge. It's in the hub. When you read it, it'll make sense. The MMMK, so there are spiritual awakening stories that I'd like you guys to watch before you share your stories. And then, hang on. Oh gosh, my nose. The video visibility challenge comes before that, before you get to the playlist. So once you've read it, then you'll kind of get a handle on it. And this is just the links to the group. It's not anything like crazy. But here we can add our video to the playlist. All right. So we can watch videos on that playlist and then add your video to this playlist. And I'll talk about it more. All right. So if you read the video, you haven't had that much homework to do, like really like heavy homework. So yeah, I'll explain at the end again. Okay. I had a message that access was denied. Okay. Thank you for explaining the homework. This is Hyacinth. Thank you, Hyacinth. You're welcome. All right. So I want to remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about just getting it done, doing your best. It's only in our groups. So we're cool. I went to feature, unless I pressed the wrong button, but it was late last night. So if you could request access again, then I'll give you access. So I want to feature, I went to the Be Seen on TV challenge. And so you may or may not have heard of this. It's a challenge run by Chris and Jen and the Media Connectors, something like that. Or Super Connector Media, something. Anyway, they did this challenge about being seen on TV, and they did I think it was like 5 days, a 5-day boot camp, something like that. And part of the challenge was free. Was it? No, it was $55. No, something like that. It was paid, and then they had a VIP upgrade, so I paid for it. So my challenge, my YouTube challenge, which is part of my book, was free at the time. I was like, no, I'm going to charge something. I charged $5.55, and then I charged $55 when I saw this. I was like, no. So, and I knew that my challenge and their upgrade, their VIP upgrade, was like about $190 or something like that. So I was like, oh, mine's going to be 111. And so I know that lots of people wanted to be featured, right? And so that's how that I've just explained. And so that is free to my book buyers. And so other people were doing a model, and their model was pop up, pop down. I think they did their challenge about 7 times in the year. And I was like, I'm not up for that at all. So I give my challenge away to book readers. If you review my 5-day challenge, I will gift you Q&A. I know that my authors have been gifted Q&A as well, but ethical bribes, remember. So you go through the 5-day challenge that is in the at the heart of my book, the YouTube from scratch. I'm repeating myself a lot of times because this is just on my website. You can see it. So if you purchase the book and you go through the 5-day challenge, however long it takes you, then when you want to come onto the upgrade for the Q&A that you'll see the replays, then I will gift you a seat in that. That means review my challenge, the 5-day challenge, once you've gone through it. So Hyacinth, I know that you said that you were going to go through, you were going to purchase the book. So I'd love to have a review. All right. Media kits, we've got those. We know what they are. There's something else that I wanted to share about spiritual awakening and stories. I thought so. Oh, okay. So if you are going to be a co-author, you're going to be able to have our co-author book once it's published, and build your media kit and go on a virtual book tour. If you are part of my book launch, business book launching boot camp, and that is gifted to co-authors right now, then you'll have your own solo book, whether you've written your book or not. Before I've even written my book, I had I got my Fiverr guy to create the cover for me. And so you can have my Fiverr guy or somebody else create your cover. It wasn't like a crazy amount. But so don't worry about what it is that you're going to put on your media kit, and you're going to start your YouTube channel. And again, the media kit template is there. There's something else. There's something I'm definitely missing. Let me see. All right. So the Soul Legacy launch, Soul Legacy movement, about launching your day, leading your day, and leaving your day. And I always say that we are the ancestors of tomorrow. And hopefully you can see that. Can you see that? Is it big enough? I think the like, I can't hear you, threw me off. Hang on. All right, cool. So I say that we are the ancestors of tomorrow. And improving my movement is about improving the mental health, or assisting in improving the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, escape a poverty consciousness and elevate a prosperity consciousness, to manifest work-life balance and live an intentional life. And so that comes through the vision boards. That's what I did. And so after this whole challenge in December, I do have another challenge. I know, Natalie, you've been through it. I'm not sure if any of you who've been on here has seen my vision board challenge, but I love it. Starting with a vision helps you with your movement, and it will help you with your story as well. So I had a divine intervention, and I was turning my wounds into wisdom. And again, on this one-page plan, you'll go out there and you'll share your story on stage 2 of the plan. Before you actually go out there and share your story, what we want to do is make sure that you're reaching the right people and reaching an audience, and creating a space and a community for the people that you're featuring in front of to come back to. So it's not just go out there and get featured right now. It's having that vision, beginning with that in mind, and then reverse engineering the process. So hopefully that makes some sense. And again, my live masterclass, I'm not sure. I don't want to keep going down that. Oh, I've just already said that. Okay, perfect. So I wanted to just share that the spiritual awakening stories I had. There's something else that I wanted to share. That's not the only post in that group. It was when I started the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, and I had hundreds and hundreds of people just responding and wanting to come into that community. Let me go through day 5. I think this is it. Hang on. Bear in mind, I've had a week. Yeah, this is it. So how do I share my spiritual awakening story and position myself as a soul-guided influencer? I hear you ask. Not really. Using the soul-guided influencers away. So we're going to talk about stories and other people's stories as well. And again, on that playlist, I've curated, I get that, I don't think I said that right, curated that playlist for you, so that you're not like thinking, oh my gosh, he's asking me to do something that other people don't do. And it will help you with sharing your story in our co-author book as well. Hang on, let me just check in. Yes, the vision board is coming to life. Yes, your vision board is coming to life. I love that. When we have a vision of getting featured and being visible globally, what we've been through is the very foundation that we're going to build our spiritual business on. And so imagine, think of this. So imagine yourself, before I share, imagine yourself where you were when you were going through that dark night of the soul, when you were going through your rock bottom, like when you were crying, when you were on your own, when it was hurting. Imagine where you are now versus the version of where you were. It's like night and day. You're doing different things, you're speaking differently, you're acting differently, your days are different. And so that's where you're going to go back, connect to that story, connect to where you are now, and connect those dots and share that, and then take people on that path, because that's why you've gone on that journey. It's not for nothing. All right. When is the next vision board challenge? I'm going to share it with you. I've got it open. I've got the it's always the second week of December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Let me just, because I'm just all like in here, I'm just going to do this. Can you see this? Hang on. Let me share the screen. Hang on 1 second. All right. So Global Networking Hub. Yes. Right. Let's see what you can see. Global Networking Hub. Here's the 1 week to create a movement marketing media kit challenge. Guess what? The vision board challenge is in here as well. You're welcome. So the replay is there. Yay. This is how we work with YouTube challenges. Ta-da! So there it is. And I've got the template, the Canva, because you know I love Canva. And then we've got a vision board group, because I know you've been trying to get into this vision board group. And there's the days, etc. And then we've got this December is here. It's live in 80 days. All right, it's in here. So everything is in here. There's a guide, how to visualize what you want and how to get it. I'm going to share the Soul Income Game, the Bank 50K in 50 days, the Trello board, the masterclass. All right, is going to be in here. The homework for the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Do your maths. The Q&A for YouTube challenges versus Facebook challenges, and 50 breakthrough sessions that serve the Soul Income Game. So you ruined it, Hyacinth. You ruined it. That was my pièce de resistance. So awesome. We'll check it out. Yeah, let's finish this one, and then yeah, you can watch it on. So you don't have to wait until December. That is hilarious. Because I was like, oh yeah, you probably don't want to hear about that today, but that is what got me through, and that rising and residing to the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. Let me dive into the Soul Guided Influencers way. Legacy building, serving marketing. So this is me serving marketing. Thank you, Hyacinth. Serving marketing, one to many. Relationships that burn bright with your STAP, your Soul Tribe avatar, profile, or personas. And Natalie kindly put that into our chat a couple of times actually this week, because Natalie's going through that part in my bootcamp. And so when I say this, and you may have heard this, but when other people are doing what they're doing in the industry and they're doing the calls to action, download my PDF, imagine somebody who, your soul tribe, your soul clients, who are going through like that rough time, that then they're going through their spiritual awakening or come out the other side, and you go download this PDF or do that. It's like, that doesn't make sense. So when people are saying call to action, download this and get a 1% conversion rate. So you need like 2,000 people to go to that landing page for 1,000 people to opt in, for you to eventually send them a bunch of emails with buy my stuff, and eventually get like 10 clients out of like the 2,000. And you don't even know where you're going to get that 2,000 anyway. So let's do something different. So when everybody's zigging, list building and giving that call to action, let's zag and give a call to conversation, and actually say, you know what, get on a call with me. So whether that's one-on-one or whether that's one to many. So even though I'm doing this YouTube challenge, I've still got a call to conversation, one for our monthly call, and two for our VIP upgraders. We've still got a call to conversation. I'm saying, you know, come to the live masterclass or watch the live replay. Come to there's always a conversation, there's always Q&A, there's always that upgrade. And we were talking about this in the VIP Q&A for this challenge last night, or my last night, yesterday, after day 4. And we were just saying how powerful it is to have conversation, but not just have a conversation with your host, with me or with you, but actually with others that relate. So when others are zigging, we zag in the industry, because half the time it's not even working. That for me is an epic fail. A 1% conversion rate, 10 people out of 2,000. Are you crazy? Like, we would not have a room full of people and turn our back to like 1,990 people and only speak to 10. Doesn't make sense to me. It's not for me. Anyway, zag with calls to conversation, coming out from behind closed doors in the light, and having a call list to education marketing and relationship marketing. That is the Soul Guided Influencers way. That is the way for the light workers. That is the way for the ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, entrepreneurs. That is the way for us who know that we have a mission, a divine mission. Our soul, it does not resonate with, like, put somebody on a list. However, for somebody to want to get on a call with you, they're going to hear your story because they're going to hear themselves in your story, right? So why we're sharing our spiritual awakening story, why we're sharing our media kit in this way, why we're creating our media kit in this way, why we're creating our business in this way, is because you care, all right? And you're creating a business model where it matters. All right. Laura says, so cool. Iona thinks of every that part. Yep. I do. Do you know why? Because I was out time zoned. Let me just tell a story. I was out time zoned on everything. I was at, meaning, like, everything that I was going to, I'm in the UK. So I was just like, I don't know the time zones. I couldn't even work out the time zones. I was like, I couldn't actually. I have early dyslexia, and I think I have a few other things. I don't know, but I couldn't do it. And I was like, I found it. Finally, I found a time zone converter that I love. It's called World Time Buddy. But I'm like, do you know what? This is the last time I'm going to be out time zoned on other people's stuff. I'm going to create my own calls and my own time zone, and people will come to me. And so, and I'm like, I will make sure that I'm in the UK, and I'm streaming out. Like, this is after 8 p.m. for me. And so I'm aware of the time zones, but it's when people all over the world are coming to me, I don't want to be dragged by my business. That's not me. Like, I want to be on the beach and traveling and doing all the things and traveling in the world, all over the world. And for you guys to know where I be, when I will be there repeatedly. So sometimes our soul tribe, sometimes you guys might be like, oh, I'm in a panic. I don't know. I don't know how to get this. I don't know how to get that. I put it in about a gazillion places. Just look for it and you'll find it. And also, don't rush. There's no rush. There's no urgency like that. I don't operate like that. And the reason why I do think of everything is because when I first launched the co-author book series, people were like, I feel left behind. I'm left behind. I'm like, that is horrible energy to operate from. And I said, that makes me a really shit teacher. If you feel like you're going through my stuff and you feel like you're left behind, I'm not doing it right. So I broke up the model, and here we are doing it again. And so everybody's like, where's the link for this? Where's the link for that? It's like, no, dude, the link is here. The link is here. So I'm not going to be online all of the time. And so when I'm offline, it's like, you'll be able to find the stuff. So yeah, I do think of everything for that reason. It's cool, isn't it? I love it. All right. So the traditional influences way. All right, let's go through that. So which one do you like? Which one sounds better? Legacy building, serving marketing, because I'm serving you. I'm showing up, speaking out, and serving deep, right? Versus the traditional way of influencers, list building, the salesy marketing way. We know it because we felt it. The one to masses. So the one to many is the way that we work, one to many. Meaning that this is a one to many. My book is a one to many. The 5-day course is a one to many. The boot camp is a one to many. The mastermind is a one to many. Like, I do one-on-ones, and I'm gifting you guys one-on-ones because I love it. But the business is not built on one-on-ones because I want to go global, and I am global. I want to serve as many people as I can reach as well. So list building and the sales and marketing, one to the masses. Relationships that burn out with the ICA, like people are zigging, and the calls to action, that's what I'm saying, and hiding behind closed doors, in the dark, email list building, scarcity marketing, spammy marketing. The doors are shut. Like, get on my list first of all. So say if I do this launch, right? I've done a launch, and it's like, oh yeah, guys, come to blah blah blah, what have you, buy my stuff. Okay, well, the doors are shutting because, like, I've been told that the industry norm is to launch once a year or twice a year tops. So my doors are shut for another 364 days. That makes no damn sense. And then I'm gonna have you on an email list, and just for what? out of action, 1% conversion rate. If somebody would just question why we have a 1% conversion rate and there's 99 people that are sat on that list that we've not served, epic fail, epic fail, epic. I would be devastated. I've never had a 1% conversion rate ever. Legacy building and serving every time. And so you'll see that my values, and what if you do the vision board challenge, it's 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge. And I do have, guess what? I came prepared. Wait a minute. Let me see. Oh, do you know what? I'll upload it. Hang on. I've come prepared. I just didn't put it in the chat. Hang on. I've come prepared. Guess what? I have in that challenge. There's a theme here. There's a theme. You can request the Google Doc for the vision board challenge, right? And then I do it annually and I'll show up. So it's the second week in December, Monday to Sunday. Guess what time? 7:30 p.m. UK time. Yeah, you'll be calling me out. Being in service, definitely. 100% serving. Yeah, legacy building, for real. Because that's like your value. So if you do come to the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board challenge, excuse me, I gift you like a values list, because intentional living is living in alignment with your values. And I know what your values are, because if you didn't have similar values on this, then you wouldn't be here, right? I know the pain of list building for you. I know that. I know it doesn't fit. And I know that we were talking again on the live Q&A, just how many times we've all felt, I don't say all, a lot of us have felt like ripped off and felt like duped and felt like, oh, well, your marketing was good, but now your program's rubbish, or I'm not getting what I was promised, or blah, 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 right? So I'm just saying, wow, yup. Now, when you remember, you were like, I need to get in these groups. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to stop, pause. Remember when I came off the monthly calls, I was like, there's something missing. Okay, got the download. Let's do a Google Doc. Rather than putting somebody on an email list, it's like, you request this Google Doc because you want it, go through it anytime. And I don't have to send you a bunch of emails saying, buy my stuff. And I've been very transparent. If you guys come into my bootcamp or my mastermind, I will gift you an entire year of spiritual business work-life balance coaching, right? Because when you're building your spiritual business, you actually want to have a life, like, for real. Woohoo! All right, let's get on to the story bit. So how do I share my spiritual awakening story? Because that was the title, right? Like, I'm about 3 hours in. I'm positioning myself as a soul-guided influencer, serving. So there's examples here, and I'm going to share what we all do. Story marketing examples. So this is what people search for. Storytelling, content marketing, storytelling, marketing, digital, story marketing book, brand story marketing, visual story marketing email, story marketing video marketing, storytelling video marketing, storytelling marketing quotes, storytelling product marketing, storytelling social media marketing, storytelling marketing course, blah, 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 blah. How to do story marketing. I don't even know I need my Ellen glasses on right now. But those are all the things. So story marketing is a big thing. We know this, right? So I'm going to click into this document. 4 ways to communicate through story. So let me click into this because it'll probably be a bit bigger. Hang on. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, come on, work. Did you see that? Come on. It's not doing it. Maybe not then. I'll just read it from here. Oh, okay, cool. So 4 ways. Can we see this? Cool. 4 types of storytelling, 4 ways to communicate through story. So storytelling is an ancient art used to better understand the world we inhabit, ancient civilization, blah, 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 not that bit. Okay, in order to learn how to tell a great story, you must first understand the origins of good storytelling. These are the types of storytelling that we use to tell better stories: oral storytelling, visual storytelling, written storytelling, digital storytelling. Right, okay, there's lots of information there. I'm not going to go through all of those because we could Google storytelling. However, we want to create storytelling through sharing our spiritual awakening story. So this is something similar. Visual, personal story. Basically, there's it vulnerable story, etc. So you guys have got different ideas now of like what your journey was and where you've been featured and why you've been featured and whether that was actually communicating a story or behind a story or connecting to your business. And now when you do go get featured as an author and authority, it's like, you're more informed and more aware. Spiritual storytelling can be a powerful practice that connects people to their own spirituality and to others. Self-care, sharing stories can be a vital spiritual practice that helps people explore themselves prayerfully. Healing, telling and hearing stories can be a powerful tool for healing and catharsis. I can't say that. Sharing experiences can help people make sense of emotions and experiences, right? Connection, sharing stories can help people feel connected to others and to see that their stories are connected to others. Enlightenment, stories can be sources of enlightenment and can help people renew their sense of their lives, faith, and humanity. Parables, Bible stories, etc. All right. Spiritual awakening stories. Again, I typed in. I don't know if you guys actually looked up what spiritual awakening was. Not a spiritual awakening story, but what spiritual awakening was when you were going through it. The first place I went is to Google and YouTube, right? And so I got these spiritual awakening stories, and on day, was it 3, 2, where I typed in spiritual awakening stories. So I'm going to type in just a second spiritual awakening story, and I say spiritual awakening, spiritual ascension, that's spelled wrong, spiritual alchemy, live with a past chapter, live by the current, live with past chapter, live by current chapter, and live into the future chapter. I think that sounded better when I did it before. All right, I'm going to go onto YouTube and talk about stories in a second. Hang on. Make sure that I don't have more of what. There it was. I knew that was that. I was like, I'm missing the next thing. I'm going to go on to, hang on. I'm going to go on to YouTube. Do you remember in the playlist when I said Aaron Doty, this guy here, he's got almost 2 million subscribers, right? He's partnered up with another YouTuber called Victor Otto, I think. But anyway, Aaron's been going for a long time, and he shared his spiritual awakening. And so 2.8 million views a year, 2.7 million, 2.7 million, 2.5 million. I've not been on his channel for a while. 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Whoa, they're the most popular videos. I'm impressed. Wow, I didn't know that. 2.8. Like, is there a video that doesn't have a million? Jeez, he's doing amazing. Let's see when his oldest video was. He shared, so he's been through a spiritual awakening, right? Let me see videos. Latest video a day ago. So he's still doing YouTube. Yeah, so he's doing all right. Still doing YouTube. It's pretty hot, actually, but there you go. That is the most popular video. 8.7 million views. I'm not saying I would ever have a video that I'm not going to not say I never would have, but I don't do those kinds of videos, and we don't need that many people. Imagine having 4.4 million views on your YouTube channel. You guys get to it. Make me look like a star. But yeah, okay, most popular. And the oldest video, let's see, 10 years. Look, 34,000, 34,000, 9K, 58K, 5.6K, 166. Look how different he looks there. Just like regular Ross in a room, by a pool, short hair, doing his thing, starting on YouTube. Oh, has he said he got ADHD? Okay, cool. So that's how he started 9 years ago. Keep the faith that you can start your YouTube channel. And so for me, starting this YouTube channel again from scratch, not quite from scratch, but I remember watching that, I think. Starting my YouTube channel and having a process for our subscribers to go through, that's a movement. Imagine, he does teach like classes and different things and in-person events and stuff now, but there's a lot. So you guys said to me, oh, Iona, you've got so much. I'm like, dude, look what he's got. However, the way that we organize is in playlists. Let me just click into my YouTube channel because he's got a lot. You wouldn't actually go back and watch all of his videos. However, we've got book launch videos is specific for book readers. We've got testimonials. We've got my vision board challenge. So it's here as well on my YouTube channel. I've got my daily lives. I've got my movement marketing. I've got my summit. I've got my co-author book series. I don't want to the bunch of videos are in my book launch videos, and the daily lives is me sharing my own journey. And so we can do lots of videos and get ranked and do all the things. What are you going to do with like 8 million people? Like, I'm just saying, like, yeah. It's inspiring though, isn't it? Is that inspiring? You say, wow, that's amazing. Was that the thing before? But yeah, so I just want to share that. So I'm going to go back to this here. So I said in this Facebook group, the same group that I was just talking about, that it threw me off because I was like, well, where's the rest of the thing? So forgive me. So I was saying this group, Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs, I posted, this is when Facebook was lit. It's not now. So I said, where are my peeps? Am I the only spiritual businesswoman in this group? I love to connect and make new friends. And I genuinely wanted to connect and make new friends. This was the end of 2020, right? And so I had so many people, not that many people, because I responded. And literally, that is how I grew my Spiritual Businesswoman Network to 1,200 members in 12 weeks. This is like, I mean, I wish I could do that now, but it's just, in this group is very different. But they had a standout Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. They had a standout online membership where you could be a masterminder and feature and post and promote. It's gone up now. Anyway, it's got hundreds of thousands of people. I think it was like about maybe 2,000, 200,000. Then one time I checked was 400,000. I think it's about 800,000 people in there, but it's almost like crickets now. It's like, and if you're wondering, oh, the groups are not working, blah, 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 it's really different now. So I just want to say that it's just different. And so my first spiritual awakening story, I think I'm done on that. I created this, and I'll talk about the MMMK challenge, which I have done, and how Barbara interviewed me. And I'm going to go into the fear of failure, how I turned my fear. That's where I featured, and Barbara shared her story on that playlist. So I'll go to the playlist rather than going through the mind map, and I'll go through the hub for the spiritual awakening story, the journal, you sharing your spiritual awakening story. And I know you guys who are on are co-authors or about to be co-authors, but I will share. I'm just checking to see. I'm sorry for making you dizzy. Just checking to see what is in here. We've got a book readers club. We've got the co-author enrollment call. Now, okay, I'm glad that I've done that. So we've got the co-author enrollment call, which you guys know because you've been on. And we've got the Soul Legacy journal. All right. And so what I was going to say was living intentionally. And we've got co-writing days. I'm going to talk about this more on the masterclass. And I had soul guided instructors similar to that group, the Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. And I was gifting my co-authors it at the time when I first looked, and I had to break the model. And I was saying that people were really like just being not completely spammy, but I never gave permission to do what they were doing. And I'm like, I'm not, it has to be so much. You have to be in integrity. And so my Badass Spiritual Business Vision Board, I was saying that I'm on when I'm on. So I look like I'm doing like the most, but I wanted to have that spiritual life work balance. And this is obviously an old calendar. And so I share when I'm on, when I'm doing this live, and when I'm doing my upgraders, and when I'm doing my annual challenges. And so when you are creating your business, you want to see, okay, what times of the day suits me? What can I do? What can't I do? Don't get overwhelmed with like, oh, Iona's just sharing and she wants to burn me out. I don't. I want you to create a business that you love. And I'm going to shut those down and I'm going to go into the hub. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't have the hub organized before, and now I have. And so I want to walk you through that so that you can sign into the hub. And if you've not signed into the hub, can you sign into the hub so that you've got everything? And I know that you've got everything. Apologies for all of the clicking. I'm going to walk you through the hub in a second. Spiritual awakening story, becoming more aligned with who you are, the interview. Okay, I'm going to talk about this in a second. Let me walk you through the hub again, just in case you are not. If you guys don't have the link for the hub, then grab it, right? And hub for the co-author. So in here, again, for the co-authors, we're going to have a media kit for co-authors. This is what we're building. We talked about the bio. You'll have an Amazon Author Central page, which you will have claimed the book. So we can't do that until we've actually launched the book. And this is where I've been featured. So if you've been featured in anything else, and then we'll have a free offer, and then you'll have a piece about your movement and your YouTube channel if you choose to. Okay. And co-authors do have a co-author group. I haven't let anybody into that yet. And we have book readers. I've invited a bunch of people into that. And if you're not in that, then join the book readers group. And then we have the page as well. All right. So for those of you who want to come in and get onto that co-author enrollment call, is my baby girl messaging me. You guys were on the co-author enrollment call. Was Natalie on that one? I think Hyacinth, you were on one of those. So I will share with you about serving one-to-many rather than serving just one-on-one. All right. So if you're not in the hub, go into the hub and check it out. And then you can click in and come and join me and share your spiritual awakening story. All right. I'm going to go into a little bit more of the teaching for how I aligned for my YouTube channel and talk about becoming more of who you are and aligned with your soul, and how I want to share about going from a poverty consciousness to a prosperity consciousness. And so this lady here, Sunny Leonard Doozy, I'm going to share more about her. I don't know if you know Sunny Leonard Doozy. She's a YouTuber. And at the time, a few years ago, she was saying that she earned 17 million from her YouTube channel, right? That wasn't like a mistake, 17 million. And now she's on 30 million, right? So if you've got a poverty consciousness running, I don't feel worthy, then it's very unlikely that you're going to set up a business where you're like, oh, okay, I can earn as well. Let me just check in with you guys. Definitely inspiring. Is it? Yay. Okay. Hyacinth says, it's clear to me how everything ties together to shape the storytelling message. Oh, I am so happy. Now, I'm going to tell you a couple more stories. I'm going to share Sunny Leonard Doozy and how she says, so Barbara says, was that the info you sent to me when I joined the co-authors group? Was that the info you sent to me when I joined the co-authors group? I don't know. When you joined the co-authors program, can you ask that question again? Because I'm not sure, because I shared a few things. That'd be good. The hub. Yes, it was. The hub. Yeah. Yeah, it was. And everybody's like, I don't want to go in the hub. Why don't I want to be in the hub? There's too much information in the hub. I don't have time for the hub. I'm like, you're welcome. And so I had to teach, like, oh, okay, there's the hub. And that's why I created the Google Doc, because I'm like, okay, if nobody's going to go in the hub, I'm going to show you the Google Doc then. Do you know what I mean? But the hub. I actually was guided to create the hub last April on the anniversary, on the 9th anniversary of my son's passing. I got the download to create, so I was started to create it, but I hadn't finished it. And then I've added to it, and then I've lived into it because I didn't have all the co-author calls. I didn't have all the, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, let me just, and I wasn't thinking of adding the Q&As in there, but like as I've done the challenge, I'm like, let me put the Q&As replays in there. And so there's not a live Q&A for the vision board challenge. There's a 2-hour monthly coaching call. It's actually private coaching, so that won't be in there, but there's always a call to conversation. So yeah, the hub's lit. I think it's like having a course, because I don't know if you know that, and I probably mentioned it on here, my vow, it was a vow that I made when I was homeless. I feel emotional. I made a vow, gosh, wow. I made a vow that when I was homeless, I was bankrupt, I was outpriced by all the gurus. Like, I was dragging my kids through this stuff, right? And so I made a vow that when I figure this out, I would share it for all I didn't do. It's not that everybody wants to hear it and listen, because we go for that poverty consciousness. I don't have time. I'm busy and I'm broke and I'm burnt out, and it's just not the best place to build a business. And I was homeless at the time. I lost my home. My home was repossessed. I talk about it on the masterclass. I was £160,000 in debt, not dollars, pounds. Right, it fell on me. And so I made a vow. I was like, and I was going through my own Prosperity Thinkers series, which is in the Vision Board hub. Right, so I've made a course out of the vision board as well. Now I'll show you that in a second. And I just was like, this has to stop. This whole, well, you're my niche, you're my clients, but then you're outpricing me. We used to do that, you'd see all the webinars and you'd be outpriced all of the time. And I'm like, I'm done with that. I'd be out time zoned, I'd be outpriced. And I was like, where's the help for me? And so you guys know, because building a business, it's not easy. And what's out there, it's like, I can't figure it out. And I was determined. I just went all in. And so, yeah, it's like a course. I would suggest, and you may or may not have heard me say this, I would suggest coming off social media and not absorbing people's content, and being an observer, fine, but actually creating your own content now, because you're going to have the framework to do that. All right. So something like a doozy. All right. So the first successful course that she had, I think she had a course before this, was called YouTube for Bosses. It was a multi-7-figure business, that she'd planned for a long time. So YouTube for Bosses. So I did spiritual YouTubers. And I'm going to share with you Danielle Leslie, who did course from scratch. So I did spiritual YouTubers from scratch. So I combined the two. I was inspired. So anyway, so she's built a multi-7-figure business. And she talks about the mistakes, the curriculum, the structure, and how she doesn't support like burnout, because she experienced burnout. Now she's very intentional with how she builds her business. And so I didn't know this, but last year when I was doing the challenge, I actually went to her YouTube channel and watched a video. I'm going to share it with you in a second. And she says that success is living in alignment with her values, is living in alignment with her values, and she wants to impact people all over the world. And she does. And she actually had a baby, and she says that I had some notes on this, she took 8 months off of her business, and she still made 6 figures. And right now, Lightwork Balance is her brand. And she talks about her baby and her journey in there. I did make some notes, but I won't go through it. And in this video, she says, I can't believe that I'm sharing this with you. So you share your story on your YouTube channel, as well as sharing your business. You share, your business stuff, you share who you are, and your audience connects with you. So she made it about business, but she said, I had a baby and my business grew without me. So she's sharing that lifestyle. and the business model. And then in this one, I can't believe that I'm sharing this with you. And this is really cool. Barbara, you're going to love this. So, and again, I'm sharing stories. Let me make this a little bit bigger. So she says, in this particular video, one, she talks about her journey and her past. She talks about her childhood. She talks about boyfriends and her experience with men, and how she felt. She had a loving family, but she still suffered from different things. And then she said that one of her friends passed, and she was like, how do I honor my friend, and how do I build a legacy, and how do I build a business about legacy? So even when you're at the highest heights with the money, you still come back to your whys. And in this particular video, I'm going to share this with you. So this is the video that I last September I heard her say that she's married, and I did see her getting, videos of her getting engaged and stuff. I don't follow everybody on YouTube. I'm not like her, but she's pretty cool. Anyway, she says that she read a book called Calling in the One, and she called in her one, and she's married, and obviously she had a baby. So I was like, calling in the So I was like, calling in the one. I have a second YouTube channel, part of my movement, that for intentional dating, intentional living, intentional dating to attract a soulmate. And my book my book on dating will be called Waiting for the One. And I was like, calling in the one. So I looked up this book, and I will share it with you. Hang on. I'm going to share with you that this book, it's not quite happened yet, but it might do tomorrow. Let's see. It's called Calling in the One. It's used now, and it's written in, right? I've been writing this, and Barbara, you mentioned this yesterday, and I thought, oh, let me just share with you. So I've written on this book, like literally written on this book as I've been going through it. And I was like, oh, that is so helpful. So I've gone on dates and I've blah, blah, blah. And Barbara had said, actually, you shared with me the calling in the one. So anything that I do, I want to actually share with others. And the fact that I've been fed up on the dating apps, because they are so rude. You girls on Bumble, on Hinge, and on Tinder, I'm telling you. So calling in the one. So watch this. Hang on. I actually created a second YouTube channel, right, for dating, intentional dating. So the principles that I use for this channel are the principles that I use for the other channel. And so dating apps are a waste of time. I know the opinion of many people. Anyway, so I did this this book, and I was sharing, I've got a group and stuff. And guess what? A Google Doc. And so I say in here, I've got a Google Doc. Hang on, let me just click into lesson 1, and hopefully it doesn't play. The sound doesn't play. Yes, it's played. Stop. Hang on. I don't want it to play. And hang on. Stop. Why won't it stop? I want it to stop. It's not giving me the full window. Can you see that? Hang on. Right. So, Calling the One, the book. And so this had, I think it was 4 views. And somebody actually came in to my Telegram group, listened to my voice note, joined the Facebook group, and said, yeah, I want to come on to the next round of your Calling the One. So I've got a book club, and this is a book called by Catherine Woodward Thomas. And I'm like, I want to be a Calling in the One coach as part of the dating app. Now, remember when we had, let me go to this, Amazon. Remember when we had Hello Rod, Miracle Morning, right? Miracle Morning, can't spell it. I'm terrible. Remember when we had Hello Rod talking about the Miracle Morning Journal, Miracle Equation, Miracle Morning After 50. I want that. Miracle Morning for parents and families. So he's got the same process, but for a different niche. So when you pick your niche, then you're relating what your message to your niche, right? So Miracle Morning Familiars, I've got that one. Miracle Morning for network marketers, Miracle Morning for teachers. It's the same routine, but for different people, right? I don't even know how many there are in the series now. Miracle Morning for network marketers. Did I say that one? Miracle Morning TED Talks. Ooh, for I think have I done them all? He's got it for addiction, for couples, etc. Right, couples. I was in the advanced reader group for the couples one. I was watching what he was doing, Miracle Morning for salespeople, etc. Right? So I had the idea to have, hang on, when I do my vision boards and my process for the 7 freedoms, having that as for couples, for soulmates, for people that are actually dating, for them to get their together before that, while they're dating and when they're dating, and have a vision, creating a vision together as merging a family. What are their health goals? What are their contribution goals? What are their emotions? Do they manage their emotions? Where do they want to live? Where do they want to travel? Relationships, how they are relationships, how they are with the relationship with themselves, if they've got toxic relationships, if they're doing the work, if they are spiritual or not, if they have money goals, how many people fight and grow apart. You grow apart, as that's why we're all single. No, not we're all single. That's when you're single. And then when you're in a relationship, it's like, what are the struggles and all the things? So for me personally, on this journey, my movement is beyond just the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, and couples that want to be in business. There's a whole thing, and fitness with couples, all the things. Like, I'm on a mission. Okay, I'm on a mission. So Calling in the One book review. There we go. There's your girl. Calling in the One. And I watched this video, and now it's obviously above that one. And so that's Catherine Woodward Thomas. And the book is 20 years old, and I didn't even know. So I have my own book called Waiting for the One. So I did my book reviews. And so again, when you do, you just do what you need to do, systematize what you need to do, and get it out there. So I'm doing it, and I will apply to be a Calling in the One coach. How cool is that? Is that cool? That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. So this video sparked my journey, and then I will have my own book launch videos on my YouTube, on this channel, for Waiting in the One. I'm actually going to start off that YouTube channel with my own dating videos, because the journey, and then obviously doing the vision board. And part of that was sparked from when I was doing the Spiritual Business Woman Network. I have testimonials there, because this couple, so the wife was part of my mastermind, and her husband saw what she was doing, her mum saw what she was doing, her children saw what she was doing, and they were like, what are you doing? And so he came on, I gifted him a space in the mastermind, and he started to do the lessons, and that grew their family. They actually did a vision board together, and within 6 months they moved across the country unexpectedly, got retreat land, all the things, their job, everything just shifted for them. It's just really, really beautiful. So that is part of my movement, that is part of my mission, and that's part of my story, going through my twin flame journey and that awakening. So if you guys are like, she's crazy, I'm like, no, I've just got like stuff to do. But that sparked. I had the Waiting in for the One, but I didn't have Calling in the One. All right. So I'm forever grateful, and I am an implementer, right? A very big implementer. Does that make sense? Okay, hang on. I'll go back up. That makes a lot of sense. Ignore what others are doing on the socials and start creating your own. It's time, because they're not paying you. They're not paying you. Like, get in front of the people that are going to pay you to make a difference in their life. Like, we only get so many hours of the day, and living an intentional life. I know that you know this a little bit, Natalie, with how I structure my days. I bring what is on my vision board, and I bring it into my life now. And so if I am earning 30 million, I'm going to spend my time very different. I'm not going to be scrolling on the socials like that. I'm going to be doing exactly what I'm doing now. That's what I'm doing. Wow, a really powerful story. Again, stories. And as this has just come through, I've just got a message from, I had on my vision board about the grief companion support as going through, the awakening with my son, the loss of my son. And that was 10 years ago. And I was like, if I get through this, because I wasn't sure, if I get through this, the only thing that got me through was my vision. If I get through this, I'm going to give back. And I am giving back. And I have a call on a Tuesday, 1 hour every single week, giving back to another mum who is a bereaved mum. She was bereaved the same month as my son, sudden death, not the same circumstances, and 10 years on, same month, similar ages. And I've just got a message. It's just, honestly, what you set and the intention and who you be. This vision board, the vision board and doing the journaling is what got me through my dark nights, I'm telling you. Natalie says, I'm always drawn to people's stories on YouTube. Your story is like your brand. Can I get an amen? Yes, your story is your brand. Fantastic. Yay. Coolio. Woohoo. Barbara says, I love your second mission. I also thought of being a dating coach a few years ago, but wasn't in the right place in my life to do so. Yeah, with going through my twin flame union with my ex, what's his name? So some of you who watch this on the replay, some of my students and some of my co-authors saw that journey. And so my ex came and he started to teach on there, but it just wasn't him. And so people were inspired and he was inspiring people. And so I was like, there's something to this. I'm teaching this. And then all of a sudden, the men want to come in. So there was about 5 or 6 married women whose husbands then came on to the 2-hour monthly coaching call. There was grandbabies on there. There was children on there. There's just family. So it impacts when you have your life improved, all the people around you will have your life improved. And that's me improving the mental health and assisting in improving the mental health and well-being of our nation and our future generation, because I'm passionate about it. Natalie says, I love how you give back to the bereaved mums. So I'm part of a charity called Compassionate Friends, and they give back to me. And I trained to be a volunteer 2 years ago, and I hadn't done that because there wasn't a match. And it's only like about a month ago that they've said, there's a match, would like you to, be a grief companion support. It's a one-on-one, an hour a week. Imagine 4 hours in a month, and it's for a year. Absolutely every time, of course. So that, and it's not that I normally get a text message. It is just a call once a week, but there was a call skipped. And it's like, I was just checking in today. It's like, are you okay? And so I just got that message back. So, all of the stories and all of the journeys, it's our duty to give back where we can give back. I feel good for giving back. Or if we can just give back in our time, we can give back through our business. All right. So I talked about Sunny-Lane Doozy. I talk about Danielle Leslie. I'm not a follower of hers, but the course that she created, and she was I used to see her ads on YouTube. She used to work for Udemy as a course creator, and and I mentioned that I actually was inspired by the name and the fact that she was earning 17 million around the same time as Sunny-Lane Doozy from teaching people how to create courses. And I was like, okay, create and launch your online course. It's thousands. When you go to what I'm doing and what I'm sharing, you're like, I didn't want anybody to be outpriced. To create a course, I'm telling you, people are charging it, and quite rightly so. However, I didn't want to let my guys be outpriced. So I'm doing the YouTube and the course creation at the same time, and doing it in a way that feels like it's in integrity. I'm creating a course right now, right? So how to create and launch a profitable course. That was into that. So she tells her story on her free training. And then when I watched Sunny-Lane Doozy and I watched Danielle Leslie, and they were on their webinars and they were enrolling hard. They kept repeating themselves towards the end. It wasn't salesy. They just kept repeating the offer, doing it in a different way, sharing some more slides, stopping and repeating the offer. And I was like, I'm going to learn to enroll hard. And so I enrolled 32K in 37 days. I enrolled it. I didn't bank all of it. I had to blow up the model. And I was like, does anybody feel like that was salesy? And they were like, no. But I couldn't sustain getting on one-on-one calls for all of the 7 seasons. So I had to blow up the model, revamp, and then come back again. All right. So I was doing the Vision Board Challenge and the MMMK, that's when I developed it. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just called. I'm like, I'm just going to teach it. And now I've put it on complete automation. So when you birth those ideas, take them, get those nudges and just go for it. Now you've got models. So you can model mine. Success leaves clues. So I've just said that. This is her brand now. And so people evolve and grow. I don't relate to that. Like, I don't, that's not my brand. I mean, she looks absolutely stunning and beautiful. And you see where it says as seen on these different places, Udemy, Teachable, Forbes. So people go out and they say, oh, I got featured on. So that's what I'm teaching you guys. So I'm not, embrace your one of oneness. It all starts with your story. I didn't even see that before. Infinite possibilities. So when you go out and you see what is out there in the industry, because I do say to you, go and do research, and I talk about it in my boot camp. Do the research and then see, not being rude, but what you can do better. And it's not about, oh, I can earn more money. It's more about what resonates with your audience. Let me just check in and see if you guys are good. Are you guys good? All right, cool. Is this helpful? Now that we've kind of got going a little bit momentum. This is Lulu Mace, and I don't know if you know her, but she was interviewing this guy in 2012. It still comes up. Ooh. And a decade on, the interview is still on his website, right? From Lulu Mace. Lulu Mace took her Juicy Living tour on a tour, and she interviewed Wayne Dyer, Bruce Lipton. She interviewed everyone just because she was doing interviews, and she was really, really cool back in the day. She talked about visualization as well. And so repurposing YouTube videos, share this here. Don't know if you can see this. The Clear the Light webinar. These are all YouTube videos. The festival, just creating the psychology of spiritual awakening. Is that poetic reflection? The video. So I just wanted to share that. Is with Eckhart Tolle. So people on YouTube's the bomb. Thank you, YouTube. It's lit. Is it not lit? I'm telling you. Aaron Doherty. So Aaron Doherty did an interview, as well as sharing his spiritual awakening story. He actually did an interview. Shall I click into it? I'll click into it. Maybe it lets me. I realize for time, so I won't keep you guys too much longer. This is a YouTube ad. Let it pass. I'll have a drink. Hang on. All right. So when you actually, I could add it to the playlist. Shall I add it to the playlist, because it's an interview on spiritual awakening, so that when you go out there and you get featured, you'll know, oh, okay, how people, what questions people are asking and how you answer. So that's added to the playlist. All right, our playlist. This was 5 years ago. Yeah, and then links and all the things, right? So when you look at all these links and the coaching and the blah 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 and more interview, oh, I don't even know. There's a lot. So you go out there and you watch. So I have put that in the playlist for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. Hang on, let me just share that with you so you don't get confused. In this playlist for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, right, I've just popped that video in there and move it up for you. Okay, and it's in there. All right, you're welcome. Is that simple? It's so cool. So you got interviewed basically on doing your awakening. I did my spiritual awakening stories by Lightworkers summit, and I ended up putting it in as a pilot season. You'll see that in the hub as well. I put it in a pilot season because I was fostering, and I was like, do you know what? I'm gonna not end the fostering after a year. And I'm just going to do this. I don't want another October to go by without me just getting this done. And I did it. And I was like, actually, I need to pause this. And I put it as a pilot season. And then I will do the summit again next October, because I've decided to teach the co-authors how to write their book. And I will be interviewing co-authors instead. And I've decided today actually to start interviewing co-authors in January, so that we can just do the book launch and you guys can be more prepared and just give you that time to catch up on yourselves do the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge if you want to, do the vision board challenge even, and yeah, do the interviews. So the co-authors bonus for the bootcamp for writing will start on I think it's Sunday, the 2nd of November. And as I was walking today, I'm like, how do I do this without overlapping over holidays, blah, blah, blah. So you guys will get information on that. So I interviewed Debbie, and then Debbie has this community, and she said for female entrepreneurs, and she DM'd me and she said, this was Relationship Freedom Friday. It's Relationship Freedom Friday in my world. And she said, you know, Iona here, what did she say? She said, hey, Iona, how's it going? Do you fancy taking over my new Facebook group one day soon with YouTube tips? Hello? Yes, we do. We want to, when people are reaching out and asking us. So again, we saw the MMMK video visibility challenge. And again, where I get featured, I will share, and I will share with you as my students and shortcut your journey. And anywhere that you guys have been featured, and if the host would like to feature anyone else, then this is fantastic, right? So I just love it. I will come to comments in just a second and realize that I'm at time. I don't think I've got anything else to really share, because I've kind of just shared it a bit more random today, but I like to just go with that flow. Okay. Articles on LinkedIn. Oh, okay. The ChatGTP. Yeah, I won't go into that right now. I don't think I need to. Yeah, I don't think I need to. But we can, you can do articles on LinkedIn about whatever you want. It doesn't have to be spiritual awakening. Let's do your tasks again. And again, it is to watch. So there's a few parts. Number one, watch 1 or 2 of the stories in the playlist. So you're going to need to be in the hub. Okay. You'd be in the hub anyway, because you can watch the replay for our monthly call. Write it down. Write down your pain to power, your wounds into wisdom, your trauma into triumph, your breakdown to breakthrough. Write down that point, right? We've all been through multiple spiritual awakenings. Choose one that's related to your business, relates back to why you are where you are now, and why you show up, speak out, and serve deep, and how this is in alignment with your that should say movement, not your moment. Movement, your message, and your money. All right. And so I am going to get you guys to add it to this playlist if you dare. And so this is the video in this playlist. I'm going to give you your homework and recap and say it again. Letting go of the fear of visibility. I put that in the playlist for you. And they're really great videos, actually. And so this lady says, your fear of being seen is only proof it's your calling. Healing and desire to be seen by thousands on the other side of that longing. Not only pull, but being asked to believe even before you see the evidence to be seen. Trying. No comments, no judgment, no ego judgment of others or of you. Time passes, and time passes louder. Divine time, serve, seen, heard, a ripple effect of your impact. So I must have had notes there. Oh, one other thing. So Anne-Marie is in the playlist, Sharing Your Spiritual Awakening. And I reached out to Anne-Marie, and she's like, yeah, of course, I'd share my spiritual awakening story. It's really easy. And in my book, I share with you the link to Anne-Marie's. This actually, let me click on here. Let me do this real quick. It, like, where you might think, oh, how can I go out and get featured? How can I actually do this? Hang on. I don't think that is the right way to share this. It's not, it's gone too big. Underneath this video, it's not sharing it properly. Underneath this video is me. I'll add it to the playlist. Underneath that video is me sharing, asking Anne-Marie, I love your spiritual awakening story. Would you like to feature in my summit? And she said yes. I didn't go ahead because I was looking after the kids. I share my spiritual awakening story on my masterclass. Healing. Healing doesn't mean we don't feel. Oh, so one of the things that so this is my daughter pulling for the winner. Oh gosh, hang on. The winner for, I think it was for our challenge and winning a VIP day. She always does the drum roll and doing winners. So when I shared on my masterclass about my spiritual awakening, obviously I cry. And somebody reached out to me and told me that they could help me, basically, don't cry. So I'm like, dude, want to normalize that emotions are emotions. And people tell me they think of me, and they get through whatever they've gone through because I'm an inspiration. It isn't about never crying, never getting upset, never what have you. It's about you honoring where you are. And I'm just going to leave that there. I don't think I need to go through this. Oh, the Soul Legacy movement. Hang on 1 second. Oh, yeah, I am. 1 second. I'm just going to do one more thing, which is my book. I don't know if it's in here. There's the co-author books that I've been in. This is my book, and the inspiration, the Soul Legacy movement, is dedicated to you. I'm not going to read it because it makes me cry, but I will say your legacy is every life you impact, influence, and impress upon every soul client, soul family, and soul tribe you touch. Soul expansion begins with you. Let me give you the homework in the hub and let you guys hop off. Okay. Video visibility. I'm going to come back to the comments. Share in the video visibility, right? Okay. Here underneath. Video visibility, 6 prompts, right? Have you read the SGI rules? And so basically the rule is commit to your soul calling, register for the monthly Media Kit collab call that you can make, create your visibility challenge video so you can connect, co-create, and cross-promote with fellow soul-guided influencers worldwide within and beyond our soul-led community. That is the rule. Okay? Read the rule? Yes, you have. Okay. So, have you read the rule? You say, yeah, I read the rule. I've resonated and I've read the rules of the Soul Legacy movement, blah, blah, blah. I resonate with the mission. Question 2, what is your name? You don't have to write it down because it's in here. And what is your spiritual business called? Just say, hi, my name is so-and-so and my business is called. So there's no point in just sharing your spiritual awakening story when we're collaborating. So it is watch the stories, 1 or 2 stories, then share who you are. Like I've read the rules. I'm going to sign up for the Media Kit collab call. Here's my name. Here's what my business is called. Where in the world are you and what time zone you're in? I'm in the UK. My time zone is, I always say UK London time. So there's not like lots of stuff added. Like it's just introducing yourself, your time zone, so that when people reach out or you collaborate, they know. And so what work do you do and for whom? This is what I do. I do X, Y, and Z. And this is who I work with. A couple of sentences, like it's not crazy. And so if you want to use the bio, you could say that you've created yesterday. I said, I feel blessed to teach spiritual YouTubers to create a high-paying one-to-many soul following formula using their author and authority media bio with video. We focus on aligning the movement, the message, and the money. I know I'm speaking fast. So they can launch, lead, and leave their soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. I put it in here again. All right. And it's in the masterclass again. Okay. Prompt 5, are you ready to show? So it's all coming together. Prompt 5, are you ready to show up, speak out, and serve deep? Do you have a media kit? So I'm asking you the questions to prompt you to answer them on the video. What your experience is with joint vision partnerships, so you know that actually I featured in articles, I featured on podcasts, etc. Because I prompted you right throughout this week. So you said I'm ready to show up, speak out, and serve deep. I have a media kit. This is my experience. Blah blah blah. I'm here to be a guest or to find a guest, what have you, and share a bit about your spiritual awakening story. And then this video right here, there is a link that is a collaboration link. And so if you want to upload your video to YouTube and then click on this collaboration link, it should work. And you should be able to add. I don't get it because it's my playlist, but it should go into a window where it says add your video to this playlist. All right. Does that make sense? Probably doesn't. Watch it again on the replay. Okay. So we'll have our stories on this playlist, and I will actually add them onto the MMMK list as well, because I want to have our students in here on this playlist rather than people that I don't necessarily know. All right. Okay. That is it. I'm done. My work here is done. All right, I've got a good night. Is that cool? Are we done? Gosh, I'm hot. See how shiny I am today? Oh my gosh, my hair. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me go back. Yes, helpful and inspiring. Cool. This is all there is inspiration all around us. 1,000,000%. Yes, please. Don't know what you said. Woohoo! We're ready for January. Yes. We are building now for an awesome 2026. Absolutely. Ready to rock, baby. Yes, all great info. That help? Okay, cool. So what I built in throughout the week is preparing you for now. And so if you have any questions, jump on the Q&A with me. If you're watching on the replay, then you can come to the masterclass. Super, it's all coming together. I know. The way that I've taught it and the way that I put it in the hub was like a mission. to get to do it, and then to do next year's, and then because then I want to set it aside for a whole entire year and then get on with the next thing. So that's the way that I wanted to create it, but nobody's shown me this. You haven't seen this out there because it's not created. However, it just looks like, oh, Iona, you're doing my head in. There's just so much. It's ridiculous. Stop throwing at me. I'm not. I'm trying to help you with your business. I'm trying to give you the things that I didn't have. All the cracks that we keep all falling down. Takeaway. Oh, cool. Thank you, Hyacinth. Takeaway. All right. Takeaway. The impact. I love these takeaway. I'm gonna write these down. The impact of legacy building and serving marketing, service marketing in relation to my business. Great information. Thank you. Yeah. Serving, legacy building. Let's build a legacy, y'all. Stop list build. And notice that you will need to put your name and email into the global networking hub. Now, when I get together with Active Campaign, because I just paused it because I was like, I've been paying for it for years. I paid for Aweber, and I could work Aweber, an autoresponder. If you don't know what an email autoresponder is, that's how people build lists. And then I signed up for Active Campaign, and I'm going to have a look back at when I first signed up for this. It must be years. It must be at least 5-6 years that I paid for this thing month in, month out. I do have some follow-up, but not like for all of this. And I was like, let me get the front end of my business. And I have a guy on Upwork that is going to help me with the follow-up emails, but I didn't want to bombard everybody with an email here and an email there because we've got a sequence. So it's more so for like the co-authors, for the follow-up for the emails, the boot campers and masterminders or 5-day challenge members, that I want those emails going out. So it's not like I don't have anybody's name and email, but it doesn't feel like, oh, well, just give me your name and email and I'll just, no, I can't. I literally can't. Takeaway. Great me reminder we are building a legacy and not just a list. Is that? And the 1% conversion rate sucks. It does. It's like, what is that? Okay. Rocket red. Oh, they might be emojis, and I think it is rocket red countdown lift off. So woohoo. Hyacinth says, I recently signed up for Aweber. Did you? I've got Active Campaign. I could use Aweber. And I'm not saying it's really hard. It's just I literally have not taken time to. I've just been doing what I've just shared with you, basically, because I know how to get clients, and I don't want to then put people on just on the list. It's useful, but it's a call list, and we've got. And I showed you guys on the Q&A how to create lists on Facebook. So that's what I've been doing, on friends list, and then creating custom lists. So I know where people are in my funnel. So that's my equivalent. But I will have more email automation throughout next year. So yeah. Take away your story, create your brand. That, yeah. Boom. Guys, day 5. So I will see you for day 6. Don't know what I'm covering on day 6. Like, just show up. Can't remember. I think it's interview talking points. I think I could go back to my mind map, but I don't need to. Yeah, I think it's the interview topics and talking points. So being interviewed. So you've got that interview with Aaron Doty in the playlist. and I will be talking about it being interviewed and stuff. And I will interview you guys, and I'm just really, really excited. I want to obviously get more co-authors in and have momentum for that as well. You signed up for, yeah, I'm not a good typist. I'm awful. It's a family thing. Right, guys, I'll see you on the Q&A. I know I've run over a little bit of time, but hopefully you found that of value, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys are amazing. And again, for those of you who are not, hang on, who do not have the, oh gosh, I've lost it. The Google Doc, get it, because it just helps. And then when you're doing out your challenges, you can model the framework, you can copy that and then go, okay, what did she actually do? You'll not have as many links, but you can, there's a framework there. Absolutely, don't obviously take the content, because the content's not yours and it's not relevant to your business, but the framework's there. Go for it. I say go for it. Take what it is. Take what it is you need. Amazing. Looking forward to day 6. Yes. Going to be lit. Thank you for today's session. You're welcome. Yay. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you on the Q&A. Take care. Bye, everyone.